Welcome back. In this lecture, we will discuss about the variations in the corrective wave. By this, I mean that we will have impulse wave up, and we have already discussed about different variations of impulse wave, and I hope those are all clear. Now we are going to discuss the variations of the corrective wave, that is ABC. What are different forms of these corrective patterns? And also, once we are done with the corrective wave variations, I will tell you exactly how I trade based on only the Elliot wave. Although the strategy will combine three different parameters, but if you would like to take a trade just based on the Elliot wave, yes, you can do that. And I will tell you exactly how I see the Elliot wave and where I become interested to take a trade. But let's first move on and discuss about different variations of the corrective wave patterns. So we know that the corrective wave is ABC. This is the corrective wave, but there are different variations in this corrective wave that may occur on your charts. First is, we call it simple ABC zigzag. Now always keep in mind that market moves in form of waves, so we will be having waves in here. Like for example, when we were discussing the impulse wave as 1 2 3 4 5, we knew that there are waves in there. We said there are 5 waves here, right? We also said that there are 3 waves here in form of ABC and 5 waves in next impulse move up that we call as motive wave, 3 waves in wave 4, 5 motive waves in wave 5. So market definitely will always move in form of waves. So when we have ABC, we will definitely have waves in there. Now how many waves are in there? Just keep in mind that when we talk about simple ABC zigzag, A contains 5 waves, but the 5 waves will come to the downside. So 1 2 3 4 and 5. B will contain 3, that is ABC, and C will contain 5 waves. So basically this is 5 3 5 structure. When we talk about simple ABC zigzag, you should be able to spot 5 waves in A, 3 in B and 5 in C. We call this as simple ABC zigzag. So this is how it will look like. Market will come from here, let's say 1 2 3 4 and 5. You will have ABC zigzag as the corrective pattern, and then the next impulse will start as 1 2 3 4 and 5, right? So this is how it will look like. Now let's move on. There is another type of variation that we call as ABC flat. It will be, instead of 5 3 5, it will be 3 3 and 5 structure. Keep this in mind that C will always contain 5 waves. So this will also happen, and how it will look like, the market will come from this 1 2 3 4 and 5. You will see ABC flat, and then you will see 1 2 3 4 and 5, right? So instead of 5 3 5 structure, this is a 3 3 5 structure. Now this ABC flat comes in 2 more different forms. Let's just copy this, and we call this as ABC extended flat. In fact, BTC is doing this right now. I will show you this on the chart as well. Now what does extended flat means? Again, it's ABC, A, B and C. Can you see the difference between this flat and extended flat? The difference is that the B wave will go beyond the top of wave 5, 1 2 3 4 and 5. So you'll see A coming down, 1 2 and 3. B will also contain 3 waves, but what you will see is that B has go beyond the top of wave 5, and C will retrace wave A more than 100%. So it will fall lower than wave A actually. So it's again same like ABC flat. We have 3 3 5 structure, but here B did not go beyond wave 5, so it will fall lower than wave 5, but when we talk about extended flat, B will actually go beyond wave 5. Now this flat correction, like I said, there are two different variations inside. So there is one more variation to this. We call it as running flat. So ABC running flat. That B will go beyond wave 5, but C will fail to retrace wave A by 100%. Here you see it has retraced wave A by more than 100%, but in this case the C will be truncated. So the market will come from here, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, where A will come to the downside, B will go up, will pass wave 5, and C will fail to retrace wave A by 100%. Right? So we call this as running flat. So these are the ABC variations that you need to keep in mind. We'll see this on chart. Once we'll start trading, I'll take the trades, I'll show you the previous trade patterns also, and you will see these all happening on charts as well. So we discussed 4 different types of ABC. One we said is simple zigzag. Simple zigzag is when you find 5, 3, 5 structure. So A will contain 5, B will have 3 waves, and C will contain 5 waves, and then the next impulse will start. Then the next variation we discussed was ABC flat structure, where you will have 3, 3, 5 structure, where B does not go beyond wave 5. So you'll have A, B and C, and B falls lower than wave 5 top. So we call it ABC flat. Then we have 2 different variations in flat correction also. One we call as extended flat. B will go beyond the top of wave 5 and C will retrace wave A by more than 100%. And we said running flat as again 335 structure. B will go beyond wave 5, but C will fail to retrace wave A by 100% and it will remain truncated. This is highly bullish structure. When this structure forms, means running flat, you can expect the next impulse move up to be very strong or very impulsive when you see a truncated C. So these are ABC variations. There are some more. Sometimes what you will see is that instead of creating ABC, we see A, B, C, D and E correction, means the market makes more corrective moves. And in this case, you will be able to see some triangular patterns. So what you will see here, for example, there is I will talk in terms of pattern because it will be easy to understand, but I don't trade based on patterns. But yes, the patterns will be very clear to see. You will see some kind of that we call as ascending triangle pattern. So what basically happens is market comes from this direction like this, and then it makes a corrective move. And you see here that you see A, you will see B, C, D and E. And after that, what happens? The market continues to move in the same direction. So when you will combine the lows and the highs, you will see an ascending triangle. And whenever an ascending triangle is formed, the market moves in the same direction. So this pattern, when you see, you will just count A, B, C, D, E, and where we enter at E and the market goes up. There is another triangular pattern that is called as descending triangle. Now descending triangles are bearish patterns. Those are not bullish patterns, but we are again discussing them in terms of Elliot wave. So when you see this type of triangular pattern, where it is descending rather than ascending, what happens is that the market will come from this direction to the downside, and it does here A, B, C, D and E, and then the market continues to move in the same direction. So we call these as triangular patterns, but those are actually corrective moves of A, B, C, D and E. So basically you will count A, B, C, D, E and make the trade. Let's go to the BTC chart and let me show you what BTC is trying to do right now. BTC USD. Yeah, we have that. So let's go to the weekly chart. Now, when this move started, BTC did this correction and the next impulse started to the upside. When this impulse started, actually, all experts everywhere on Twitter also, you can see that they are calling it as bull run. And they are expecting BTC right now to go to 200,000. Some are saying even 300,000. But when I looked at this structure, I knew that the correction is not done yet, because it's only A that is done. So if we are looking at this structure and we are saying that this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, that we discussed this in the last lecture, where this was the ending fifth wave diagonal, and we also divided it. If you remember, we said this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 on lower time frames, and we saw a rising wedge also. So if this is one, this is the wave 2, like this was wave 1 here. So this was wave 1, this was wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this was wave 3. This cannot be wave 4 and this cannot be wave 5. The reason being that we have only seen A in here, there is no B. So if you see here, let's watch it closely. There are 5 waves coming to the downside here. So we have clearly here 1, 2, we have 3, 4 and 5 as truncated, because wave 3 was very impulsive. So we discussed this in the previous lecture also, that when wave 3 is extended, wave 5 becomes truncated, or sometimes it does the double top or double bottom. So same rules apply here. And we are discussing today, we discussed about ABC. So even if it is what I see here is an extended flat correction where B has gone. If you see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we see A here as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now we are looking at B. And if you see here closely, B, we don't see 5 in there. We see only 1, 2 and 3. There is no 5 in there. So I believe that this is extended flat correction, and we are yet to see C here. So what does I mean by this? That this was A, this is B, and C has yet to come. Now, what can we expect? Number one, we can expect a running flat. Running flat means that C will be truncated, means it does not retrace A by 100%, or C will retrace 100% of A, more than 100%. And I personally believe that it will retrace more than 100%, because when we'll combine the smart money strategy, I will tell you that's why I say that I mostly take trade based on my strategy. That is not only the Elliot wave, but combining it with some parameters, with some indicators and the smart money. So when I look at the smart money move, I believe that price of BTC should come around 20 to 22,000, 20 to 21,000, around this area. So that makes me believe that C should retrace A by 100%, and it will not be a truncated one this time. So what I am expecting from here onwards is that this will be 1, this will be 2, we will have to see the 3, 4 and 5, and eventually once this is done, maybe from there onwards, we will see that the next impulse of wave 5 will start, because we know that wave 5 is still remaining for BTC. So I am seeing this like this. Of course, this will not be such smaller wave. This will be, this you can expect as very nice extended wave. So yes, you can expect BTC to go to 120, 130,000, but not right now. We are still in the corrective mode, and I am expecting the price to go a lot lower before we start our next move up. So what will happen, that this is what overall I see BTC. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, there will be 4, and this will be 5. Let's change this to some bigger scale, and let's change the color so that you can clearly see this. So this is what I am seeing BTC to move like. So there definitely is a lot of time remaining for this correction to complete, and then we will move to the upside. So this completes our Elliot wave, and we have so far discussed all different variations of the impulse, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have discussed the variations. We have also discussed different variations that you can expect in the corrective move, that is ABC. Now in next lecture, I will move on and discuss with you that how you can trade only based on Elliott wave.